Our next guest is an education technology pioneer who is leaning into AI as a force for good in education. Joining us right now, the Khan Academy founder and CEO, Sal Khan. His new book is out this week. It's called Brave New World: How AI Will Revolutionize Education and Why That's a Good Thing. Sal, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
I think this is something that people who have not been paying attention are going to sit and think, what are you talking about? Because AI is what's destroying education. Everybody's using ChatGPT to write their essays. Explain why that's not a bad thing and how you think it's actually going to be a good thing.
Yeah, and everyone's very familiar with the underlying technology in ChatGPT, but I think the main issue is ChatGPT was not built for education. So as soon as it came out, and I remember we were under a non-disclosure agreement with OpenAI at the time. We were working on what became Khanmigo, which is our tutor and teaching assistant on Khan Academy. And then ChatGPT comes out, and we weren't supposed to launch until March of 2023 with the GPT-4 launch. And I said, Rockman, I'm like, what's going on? Y'all launched something. You've all us lawyered up. And we didn't launch anything. We just put a chat interface on an older model on GPT 3.5, and the whole world exploded. But immediately schools saw, hey, kids are using this to cheat. They started banning it. And that wasn't irrational.
And by the way, kids are using it.
They are using it.
All over the
some decent use cases and some not so good.
All over the
Some decent use cases and some not so good use cases. Yeah. And I was bummed at first. I thought the whole system's just going to give up on AI. But the good news is when we launched in March of 2023, the school system said if only someone took the technology and put it in a framework where it can help the student but not cheat.
Like not give them the answer.
Not give them the answer. Exactly. Teachers can have oversight. There's data protections in it. It's not all chat interface. You can have interfaces where a student can write an essay with the AI, not by the AI, and then the AI can tell the teacher the process. So then now the teacher, that's actually a way to avoid cheating.
Which the teacher can tell, and by the chatbot can say, hey, this is not the normal writing.
The way to do it is you're going to do it on ChatGPT, separately do the same prompt in Gemini, do another prompt and do the same paper in Claude.
So you confuse your...
No. Then you put it into this other program I never even heard of that jams it all together. Then you take that version, you go back into one of the other ones, and you say, write it like I would. It was a lot of work. This is 3 minutes compared to 3 weeks of work, right? And then out comes the paper, and you can get... I mean, that's what's happening, and it's happening all over the country.
And to some in the workplace, some of that might not be the worst skill to have, to be able to produce some, normal content. We also want kids to learn how to write. And so what we're doing
that's a huge problem
with schools is a student will do their essay with Khanmigo, and if they did this, and I wrote it in the book, there's a whole chapter on cheating. The state of cheating before ChatGPT didn't actually make it worse.
No, they just made it much more accessible.
Exactly.
It's like legalizing marijuana.
Exactly. And so, but if the student does it with the AI, and then the AI reports to the teacher, and if the student does what you just described and copies and pastes it into Khanmigo, Khanmigo will tell the teacher, hey, this looks shady.
Right, and that's why I would not copy and paste it into Khanmigo.
Well, but that's how you're going to need to submit it.
You're saying it's the only way.
So the only way is if the teacher and the school is actually using it, saying you must go through this. There will be no turning in a paper.
Unlike most things in technology and education in the past where it's like, this is a nice to have, I think this is a must have for a lot of teachers.
Is Khanmigo free or schools charge for this? How does this work?
Yeah, so this has been interesting for us because our mission as a nonprofit is free, world-class education for anyone, anywhere. But then when we came out, as we all know, these frontier models, GPT-4, Gemini, they use a lot of computation. It's not cheap. And so last year we thought it would cost on the order of $70 or $80 per user per year in order to do this. And so those first school districts, we had to charge them something. But the costs have come down. The models have gotten cheaper. We've gotten efficient. You'll see an announcement. We'll be making an announcement with Microsoft on Tuesday. They're going to be giving a big grant to make it free to all teachers in America. So
but the students would still have to pay to be able to use it.
We're exploring very quickly ways to bring it to very reasonable
How much
cost.
does it come down? Because from what I'm hearing, maybe dropped by, it get down to $20 or $10 even? Is that what we're thinking?
I think we're getting it in that range, and it's already gone up by almost a factor of 10 in the last year, and knock on glass, I hope we can get it down by a factor of 10 in the next year.